Today, we're going to look into Fogo Chain's cap table. For those new to these terms, a cap table, capitalization table, it tells us about the fundraise. It tells us the percentage sold, who it was sold to, an underlying valuation, and it also helps us understand what's left for runway expansion in case there's another token sale. So let's get into it and check out my little Fogo flame from Dubai. It's very cool. Let's go down memory lane. On the 24th of Jan, there was a huge announcement. The block published an article about Fogo Chain's token sale, $13.5 million raised at a $100 million valuation. And what's interesting about this is these amounts were raised based on a white paper and the belief that Fogo is a chain that will attract institutional grade finance. This moment made it possible for Robert and his co-founders to start building the team and tech that will make the white paper come to life. And we're going to cover this token sale in two parts. Part one is the VC round, and part two, this is the Echo round, which is the community round. Part one, and I'm having a look at Msari here, $5.5 million VC round. It took place in December 24, and this was led by Distributed Global. They put in a $5 million check. It says $5.5 million here, but $500,000 came from someone else. Now, Distributed Global, they have a very impressive track record since 2017. They co-invest with the likes of Coinbase Ventures, Multicoin, and Pantera Capital. These are big, good VC firms. The other $500,000 came from CMS Holdings. So the total raise was $5.5 million at a $100 million valuation via SAFT. This means that 5.5% of the total token supply that was sold to VCs. Now let's have a look at Part 2. The second raise took part in Echo. This is a platform that allows retail KYC users to invest in early stage startups via equity deals and token sales. It's led by Kobe. If you don't know this person, give them a follow. They're a well-known DGen that made up the ranks in Web3. They've been in crypto very, very early, and they've done an exceptional amount of work, good work for Web3 in general. Now, this article that I referenced earlier is a source of truth. We're quite confident in the info because the founder of the block, Larry Cermak, also joined the private token sale. And this community private token sale, this round took place on the 23rd of January. It was sold out in under 2 hours. The total raise was $8 million across 4 Echo groups. Now, the way that Echo works is that entities or individuals can apply to create a group in Echo. If they're accepted, they can start growing their members of that group and share deals with those members. There were 4 groups that raised money from 3,000 plus angel investors, people like Dan from the community. There's The Economist, led by Kobe, which invested $6 million. 4 Ventures, led by CMS Holdings, which invested $1 million. And Big Brain Collective, led by the Block CEO Larry Cermak, which invested $500,000. Then also Patrons, led by Synthetics and Infinex founder Kane Warwick, also invested $500,000. So there's no surprise that they announced in Dubai just a few days ago that Fogo would be included in the Infinex Connect release. So here are our closing thoughts. It's crystal clear that Fogo Chain has community in its DNA. In fact, the community via Echo actually owns a more percentage supply of Fogo than VCs do. That's 3,000 plus angel investors ready to write about Fogo, test apps, and tell their friends. The second aspect is that although there are great VCs in this round, they're not really big VCs. And that is good because they typically come in and they can define the terms and conditions. They have more power in the space. But lastly, and definitely not less important, the risk of dumping on retail is mitigated. Both rounds have the same terms. Tokens are locked up for 4 years. When the token generation event happens, all these tokens will be on a 12-month cliff, meaning no one will receive tokens for the first 12 months. After that, tokens will start being released until they are fully unlocked after 4 years. Also, a total of 13.5% has been sold to angels and VCs. We can see that just here. It's normal for projects to sell around 20% of their tokens across different rounds. If that's the case, they can still sell around 6.5%. It's just a question of understanding if they will need a bigger runway. And if so, how much the team and contributors can deliver during testnet and mainnet, and how many apps and traders they can attract to justify another round at a higher valuation. So there you have it. We could go and compare to other blockchains that have bad tokenomics when they launched, but this has got it better than I've ever seen it ever in the entirety of my crypto life. So I'm very bullish on Fogo, and I'm bullish on the tokenomics. That's all for today. Be Fogo fast.